Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and in this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I wanted to share with you my chocolate crinkles. The chocolate crinkle cookies. I just call them my chocolate crinkles. They're really good. They've got a great texture. They're so adorable, and I'm thrilled to share the recipe with you. Let me take you over the ingredients so we can get started. You'll need all-purpose flour, some cocoa powder, instant espresso powder, salt, and baking powder, granulated sugar, eggs, unsalted butter that's been softened to room temperature, vanilla extract, and you'll also need some confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar, but that'll come a little bit later. So let's get started. I've got my big standing mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, and in here I'm going to add in my butter that's been softened, and I'm going to cream that together with my sugar. Give this little lift off. Get those to combine. They won't be perfectly creamy, but that's okay. In the meantime, I'm just going to mix together my dry ingredients. If you don't want to add instant espresso powder, you don't have to. I personally think that a little bit of coffee into chocolate doesn't make, it's not enough to make this taste like mocha and coffee-like. I just put enough so that it makes the chocolate taste really chocolatey and delicious. So if you don't want to add it, you don't have to, but it does make a difference. So that's looking good. I'm not going to be too worried about it because it's not going to be super creamy. So to that, I'm going to add in my eggs and just a splash of vanilla, and then wait for it to all get nice and combined. That looks good enough. All right, let's get the dry ingredients in here. Ooh, did I spill it all over the place? No, I managed to hardly spill anything at all. Whoa, but I did manage to get a cocoa facial. Okay, all I'm going to do is mix this together until it's nicely combined, and that's it. Now, this does have to go into the fridge. This dough has to go into the fridge to cool and set for a minimum of about 3 hours. I'm probably going to leave it in there for about 3 to 4 hours, depending on how much time I have. You can do this up to overnight, which would be great, but a minimum of about 3 hours should do it. So I'm just going to wait for this to get all incorporated, and we'll get it out of here and into the fridge. Okie doke. Get it all out of there. Bit of a tricky situation. And now all I'm going to do is wrap this with some plastic wrap and pop it in the fridge for several hours, and then we'll get going on forming them and popping them in the oven. My cookie dough was in the fridge for about 4 hours. Now I have my oven preheated to 350. I've got a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and I also have some confectioner's sugar here. I'm going to form mine with my little ice cream scoop. Take your dough. Maybe a little bit tricky at first. There you go. And then I kind of just roll it with my hands, dip it into your confectioner's sugar, and place them a couple of inches apart on your baking sheet. My cookies are going to go into the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes or until they're all crackly looking. Let them cool, and then I'll show you what they look like when they're done. My cookies were in the oven for exactly 12 minutes, and I have let them cool for about 20 minutes now, so they are ready for me to dig in. And you can see they're absolutely beautiful, so perfect for any occasion. I'm going to go right in. I'm going to go to this one over here. Look at the interior. It's almost like a mix between a cookie and a brownie. Let's call it a bookie. A brownie cookie. A bookie. They are undeniably one of the best cookies you will ever eat. I promise. They're not sort of the thin and crispy cookie. They're chewy, they're soft, they're flavorful, chocolatey, everything you could want and more. Look at that. I'm chewing for the past 6 years here. LauraInTheKitchen.com will have the recipe for you. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I hope that you are happy now that you've got your chocolate crinkle cookie recipe that you've all been requesting for so long. Hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. So we can get started. I rock to the beat of my own snap. Ready?